Hey, greetings everyone. Thank you all for joining me on the Everyday Women series. I am Kimah Gant. I'm the host of the Inner Peace Speak podcast, as well as a coach. You can reach me at my Linktree at Linktree/InnerPeace40. Excuse me. But today we're going to talk about what I titled this episode, I Can't Tell Nobody. And the reason for this episode for me was because I couldn't tell nobody. So I want to just provide a little bit of healing and hope to you all in reference to I couldn't tell nobody. So one day I was talking to my mom and my sister about, I'm going to title my podcast, or I have a book coming out too, but I said, I'm going to title my podcast episode, I Can't Tell Nobody. So they was asking me, well, why you feel like that? And I said, because of shame, guilt, embarrassment, I couldn't tell nobody. Excuse me. And it was really, 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 like, that title for me stood out to me so much. I can't tell nobody. Some of you may know, some of you may not know that my biological dad is a transgender. And when I actually found out that he was, converting over to a transgender, it was online. So, oh my God, I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I couldn't tell nobody because of expectations of what people would think, of how they would feel, and just different things. But I had to understand and realize that that's not my story. Well, this is a part of my story, but that's not who I am. So, which helped me to get better with, I couldn't tell nobody, but now here I am telling the world. Because, a lot of times that we sit and hold things inside because of fear, because of, what the world is going to say. And we have to come out of that. So the message, the title is I Can't Tell Nobody, because that was the place that I was at. But I stand here today and say that now I'm sharing with the world my story, because we don't have to walk around and live with the guilt and the shame because of somebody else's choices. And I know this for a long time, I have done that. So, when it first came out on social media, when I first seen it, it was Mother's Day, and, he wanted to be acknowledged as a mom. And I was just like baffled, and I was just stunned, like, oh, wow, this is really, really crazy. The fact of you're doing this and never even discussed it with me or your grandchild. And that was such an embarrassment moment for me. And oh God, it was embarrassing. It was shameful. I was dealing with just so much. So, but once I had came into my understanding in the relationship with God, it was, he allowed me to see that this is not me. It's okay. I had to get to a point where I had to forgive him. I had to understand that this is just not my story. This is just, I mean, it's my story again, sorry. It's my story, but this is not me. I don't have to live with that shame. I don't have to live with that guilt, you know. So yeah, I just want all you guys to know that you can tell someone. You know, you can tell someone, you can heal from this. You can. It really took me out. It really took me out because of the guilt and the shame, you know. But once I had exposed it to my mom and I had exposed it to my big sis, and it was like, oh, wow, that's a good title. And, you know, my mom expressed to me, like, Kiki, it's a lot of people that feel like they can't tell nobody. So that's a good topic. And once you express yourself in the topic about why you couldn't tell nobody, it will make people be able to feel like, okay, I can be able to tell people because there's other people out there that's going through the same things that I have experienced. So for me, that's where I providing hope for people. When I speak of I can't tell nobody, you know, people will wonder, what she means she can't tell nobody? And then, you know, once I express the different things of what I couldn't tell people, people understand, and then they get to a place to say, wow, I was there because two people have told me, wow, that I was there. Wow, I couldn't tell nobody. I couldn't tell nobody. So, you know, I just want to be able to share with you guys. Don't be afraid to share your truth. No matter what it looked like, no matter how much the shame, the guilt, it was a lot. You know, I'm still going through my healing process, of course, but I'm definitely better than where I was. So I just want to thank God for that. So if I want to leave you guys with anything today, I want you all to be able to feel and know that you can tell someone. You can. I actually have a podcast where I share my true stories and testimonies for people to be able, for everyday people to be able to come on and share their true stories and testimonies. My business, my brand is Inner Peace Speak. So let your inner peace speak. Forever let your inner peace speak. Don't be ashamed or don't be afraid of what the world may say. You have to get it out. You have to get it out. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. I titled this, I Can't Tell Nobody, because that was that was the title. That's what I felt. I couldn't tell nobody. But today I stand bold and decree and declare and proclaim that I can tell anybody because I'm trying to provide, not trying, so I am providing hope and healing to the nations. Thank you all for tuning into this series, I Can't Tell Nobody. You can be able to contact me on Linktree, linktr.ee/innerpeace40. You can be able to contact me there. I want to thank Angel Charmaine, my mentor, for allowing me this space to be able to share I Can't Tell Nobody. Thank you all. Bye.